So let's get a little down and dirty. So let's see, for the first one, why don't we do my little pot? Mostly because, yeah. See, I've got this little dragon tail, and he's an indoor, they're both indoor plants. And I'm trying to, I got them I didn't buy them. I got them as a shoot, like a cutting from somebody else's plants at home. And the thing with, like, doing this is that, what you do is, if you have plants, you can take cuttings of them, or you can have those that you've grown. Sorry, bugs. And you can basically go to your library if you have a trade, a plant trade, and you can leave a plant. And then you can take another one. If you like to cultivate stuff, you can, you can cultivate stuff. You can get different plants for your little collection, I guess. I'm not a good green thumb. I'm really not. This little guy, I really don't know if he's gonna sprout or not. It's kind of hard to tell. See, I'm trying to see if, I wonder if I should cut him. I didn't think to look, but let's, I will be right back, and I will go and get some scissors. Alright, so I got me some scissors. Had to move a little bit because we have the sun coming in this way with the sunset, and you can see my ring light. Anyway, so to take sprouts, I don't know if you don't know how to take sprouts or not. Take cuttings. Normally you cut them at a joint. And so I've got a joint right here. And so we're going to cut right there so that we have a green inside. The one I had was kind of brown. I think it wasn't doing so good. So we're going to try this. And then hopefully he will stay. I'm going to stick him in right here for now. I'm going to get some water, which I left over here. Oh, jeez. Alright. So we're gonna get this water. Is this potting soil just a little? Let me get a little wet. I probably should have put that on the plate. That's okay. It'll dry. Yeah, let me get my big pot out. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's a lot of water. Whoops. Come on. Alright. So it still, I think, needs some water. I'm almost out. I'll have to get more. Now that we've got the thing at the bottom out. There. You don't want to go all the way to the bottom with your plant. You got to give them a little bit of room to grow. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of the really moist stuff that I've been keeping him in. We're going to line the top of this so that he has a little bit of home. This stuff keeps with I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's some sort of like seaweed. Dragon tails are from jungles. Oh look, I might not need a little thing to keep them up. They're from jungles, and so the seaweed will keep things very moist for it. And it also makes it look nice. Makes it look nice, I think. As long as we keep the seaweed moist, I think he'll be really well taken care of when I'm done. So, I mean, I just realized y'all can't see a thing. See, I had some string just in case I had to tie him. I don't gotta tie him. But yeah, so got our little plant here. What I'll end up doing is I'll end up filling this bottom part with some water so that he'll drink it from the bottom up. And when you have moist bottom, well, when you have a moist bottom, that's when your roots can grow. So we'll try this. We'll see if this helps him a little bit. He's been feeling kind of wilty. I need to find a better place for him. I don't want animals eating him because I have a history. I had a succulent at one point and it grew, and I was very excited that it was growing because I don't do well with growing things. And then all of a sudden when I came one day outside, it wasn't there. The pot was there, but it wasn't there. So we think something ate it. So we also have a groundhog that lives in our backyard. He comes up every so often, and he likes to eat my mother's plants. And, so hopefully this gives this little guy some new life. Because he needs it. I want to see what it grows into. I really do. So next I have a plant. Well, I have a bigger pot for one thing, because this guy needed a bit more of a pot. I have this plant right here. I didn't grow it from this size. I had a couple of cuttings, and yeah, so I decided I was going to try and they got their roots, which was really cool. I soaked them in water for a bit and they grew their roots, which was really neat to watch. And then I planted them, but this little pot I think was just too little for it. So it started to wilt, and I want to avoid that. So we're gonna get this potting soil. This is indoor plant potting soil because these are indoor plants. I have them outside mostly to do this, but also because otherwise they won't get any sun. But bugs like gnats and stuff like that really like to eat them. So you don't want a munched leaf. I've already got one that has a little bit of a munched leaf. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I wanted you to get some sun. As you can, you can't see me, but my room that I usually, do my activities in and play my games in, my den, does not have any windows. As you can see from the wall behind me, we don't have many windows in the downstairs part of our house. So that's where I would usually keep them. I don't know what this thing is, but I don't like it. I've never seen it in something. It's like a little burly thing. I'm gonna throw that out over there because I don't know what that is. It's not in the rest of it. And I don't want any spiders or anything like that getting into my house. Okay, so we've got this filled up a little. This guy we might actually use a little post for. Here, let's do this. Let's get this in here. Alright, now I gotta find all my little cuttings. Alright, because you don't want to disturb them too much. Plants feel stress, and you don't want to stress them out so much. Let's pull this guy out right here. Yeah, you see? These actually got roots. Well, one of them pulled up a little bit more than roots. But yeah, you see these have grown roots. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get them. I'm gonna brush off the roots just a little. Alright. This is a crawler. It's a type of plant that, you know, like its name, it looks like it's crawling. Like it'll... We're gonna dig him a little. That's one right here. Hang on just a sec. Let's see. Let's get him a little bit deeper. Alright, there's one. Crawlers, they're those types of plants that like kind of drape everywhere. They can grow really long. This is the one I wanted to tie a thing to. We can tie them both to it actually. Get it to where, you know, he's standing up a little bit. Yeah. Sorry, there's like a... I think there's like a squirrel up there eating. And he's knocking down all of these hickory nut things. Squirrels. Okay. We're gonna pull this one up next. See? See how it's got a lot of roots? Alright. They just flop, and it drives me nuts that they just flop, but that's the type of plant it is, I guess. Alright, and we've got our little guy. Little guy can go over here. And then we have our last one right here. He doesn't really have many roots, so he's kind of been wilty. So we're going to try and give him some room so that he can start growing. There we go. Alright, and we'll see how this goes. I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna keep this post in here. I'm gonna pull it up. If I gotta start doing it later, we'll just do it later. But we're gonna let a crawler be a crawler, and we're gonna let it droop because they like drooping. All right, so I'm gonna go get some more water for this little guy. We're gonna leave them in the sun for now because both of them need some sunlight. This is why I bring them outside. They need indirect sunlight, so this type of stuff at night or or in the afternoon, I should say, or indoors through a window is best for them. So I'm gonna go and do that and figure out a place for my little plants. I know this is really stupid. I have to say, like, I didn't know what to do. And I know y'all have needed content. So this was something that, I wanted to do. So we have plants now. Go to your local library and see if they got them. And then, get some plants. They're great for, especially indoor plants. They're great for the oxygen in your room. They keep things not as dusty. And since I have collectibles, it's definitely something because I hate dusting. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I'm also gonna go and wash my hands. But it was good getting down and dirty with you guys, and I will see you for whatever I figure out to do next. Bye. Mwah.